it's going to be a bit difficult. But if you are on this store, it's easy for you to get recognized and your app can quickly take off. So there's a platform, there's an opportunity for mobile developers in Zimbabwe. We also book writers, you can put your books there. We also have churches, the sermons, load the sermons there, load whatever sermon that the preaching that was there last week. You can load some of them, you can put it for free. If you want to sell it, then always there is a way to do that. And then, right. Then we had some challenges with the system where there was integration systems that we needed to do with mobile network operators. Some of the payment platforms were not coming through. So we couldn't integrate those platforms to MobiStore. But however, we managed to do what are called Mobi credits. So you can access the credits through what is called Mobi credit, and it's like how you buy your recharge cards in the street, on the street, in the supermarket, or elsewhere, and then you just stretch it, and then you recharge onto your device, and boom, goes, you're on it. So this is a multi-million-dollar business. Let me tell you that an artist right now, most of them, especially the dancehall artists and some of the musicians that we have, they're having to rely on shows. And from my research, from my understanding, some of them as little as $300 a night or $200, because that's what's there for them. Because there's no way where they can sell the music. But then we are saying, if we can just make the music just a little bit lower, because on the street right now you get a CD for 50 cents, which is $5. Alright, so if people are willing to fork out 50 cents for the whole album, what it means they are probably willing as well to fork out 10 cents for a little piece. So for 10 cents, you could have 1 million people download your music for 10 cents. I can tell you most of us, we do have music which we didn't buy on our phones, correct? But then, if 10 cents is not so much, so if 10 million by 10 cents, I mean 1 million people, right now in Zimbabwe we have over 1.8 million people with smartphones, 1.8, well over that. But then, probably we just say the 800,000 are not going to be interested in MobiStore. Say 1 million, okay, 700,000. Let's take 1 million. 1 million times 10 cents a piece. That will be downloaded in about 3-4 days. We are looking at well over 10,000 for a guy who was not getting anything for their piece of music. And we are saying this is something that we can do. Now, not just that. All
right, give it up for Robert. So, let me grab a seat in the hot spot there. So 6 minutes, and unfortunately I had to cut you off there, but I think we understood a little bit what's going on. So why don't you grab a seat there, real quick there, Robert. And any questions for Robert or MobiStore? One of the things that I had for you was, how many signups do you have so far? How much stuff is on there to buy at this moment in time? How much stuff is on there right now? How many songs, how many books, how many movies that you can buy?
We have quite a lot of content that is already loaded on the store. Quite a lot of musicians, especially the upcoming musicians, have loaded their music. With Jack Fraser has loaded his music, especially those that have signed with Diamond Music. They've loaded their content. We also have writers, they're still doing their books into soft copy so that they can load it. So it's quite a number of stuff.
So you've got a whole list of people. And another question while we're getting someone else, if you want to contribute or question, just raise your hand and then stand up, say where you're from and your name as well. But while we're getting to this question, so how has, Jack Sparrow, and I know there's millions of people that are copying it now, how does that affect what you've done and what you're doing, and are they going to still be able to compete with you on this?
Honestly, the price is going to be so low that it's not going to be worth it, because if it's 10 cents for a piece, nobody wants to buy something for $5.
Blessing is my name. I'm from Computer Hub. I'm a software developer by profession. I want to know, let's say I buy a song from your platform. What will stop me from sending that same song via WhatsApp, Bluetooth, or any other social media to the next person? Hence, piracy is not completely avoided. If you can answer me on that one now, I'm really happy.
All right, thank you very much. Blessing. It's such a blessing. All right. What we have done with the music is that it's encrypted. You cannot transfer it. If you can transfer it, but it cannot be played. It will only play on the device it was downloaded. So there's no way we can transfer it. It's up for testing. We are free to test it as we do it. Once that music is downloaded, you can transfer, but it cannot play on any other device, which is not the original device. There's encryption that we've done on our applications.
You may get a guy recording like the phone like this and then sending it through. But otherwise, no, that's cool that you're encrypted. Pedro.
Okay, hi. My name is Ken. I'm from the Acoustic Gospel Show and from Footbridge. Right, you're saying that you'll be selling music for 10 cents, right? An average artist will probably get into studio and do a production of at least say $500 a song. Multiplied by 10 songs, that's about $5,000, right? And you're selling music for 10 cents. Obviously, you're getting a commission, right? And the statistics are you gave 1 million, right? It's not automatic that 1 million people are going to download a particular genre because Zimbabwe is very small and not everyone appreciates the very same genre at the same time, right? So the statistics are probably 5,000 people who like dancehall, right? And then they are selling music to you. They're giving you music probably at 5 cents because you also want to make a profit. Is it going to be a profitable venture for someone to engage you and sell music at 5 cents to less than 5,000 people, or is it better for me to pirate my own music, put it on the street and give it and sell it at 50 cents?
All right, thank you. I think we would all appreciate that the general $1,000 will start with one. We're not saying that it's going to be when it starts, then that's boom, what it is. Even when WhatsApp started, we were always skeptical of what's this thing called WhatsApp. Everybody's on WhatsApp. So we believe that to do something, we have to start. That's where we say. And without starting, we cannot grow it. Yes, we might have challenges here and there, but what I say is starting is the best way. And we believe that the starting point, we can always make amends should there be any need.
My name is Laxon, I'm the chief consultant. I was just thinking it's not fair for you to see whatever content I would want is linked to my phone. What if I change devices? Why not link it to some username or something that I can access with whatever device I may have? Yeah, that's my question.
I think that's a very good idea. Thank you very much for that. What we have tried to do is to make sure that the music is not transferred and played. We are trying to solve piracy as much as possible. But yeah, we know the device can get lost, but we are not thinking that you might lose a device once every month. But obviously, yes, we're going to look at that. Thank you very much.
That's good. So another question over there, but I think that online profile is definitely something to look into. Yes, one more question.
Okay, I'm Wale. It's not a question, it's a contribution. I believe generally we are tackling the problem wrongly, piracy. We believe that lowering prices will solve the problem of piracy. No. We've now got a platform, we've got Giant Zimbabwe, we've got your mob stop. I believe it's time you guys now engage the government in legislation and enforcement of the laws. Because no matter if all law is 1 cent, I will still not buy it. It's time that you guys engage the government and start lobbying and collectively. You previously didn't have the platforms, but now we have the platforms. It's now you lobby the government and actually raise the price to maybe 10 or 40 cents. Because 10 cents, it's not realistic. It's not feasible.
Thank you.
Thanks, Herb. Always outspoken. Yes, next. Let's do a few more questions actually on this. Thanks.
Good evening, and this is Greg. Just want to say I'm visiting from the States, and we're currently doing some consulting work around Bitcoin. And you were talking about the different means in order to purchase online. Have you looked at any type of digital currencies as uses for potential customers to purchase on your platform, like Bitcoin or any other digital or alt currency?
All right. I might have a little challenge in trying to hear what you're saying. But I think that should be common with most of Like you said, if I got you correct, I wouldn't want to answer the wrong question. Oh, no. All right. I don't want to answer the wrong question, but if it is correct, our platform is going to also allow international payment platforms like the Visa cards, so you can also buy through other platforms, not just local currency or local platforms, so that we can also allow those that are not within Zimbabwe to access what we are going to put on that platform.
I think we have time for one more question and then we'll continue. Yeah, one more.
Okay, my name is Fumema Boni, I'm a filmmaker. I just want to ask what's the maximum size that you can upload, and is there room for films? And I would also want to comment that it's a good initiative. Whether I like it or not, we are going mobile almost in everything. There won't be any need for my newspapers, so it's a good initiative.
Thank you very much, Fungai. I think we are not operating in isolation. We have to work with the space that we have in terms of data connectivity. So really downloading probably 40 megabytes, 20 megabytes, 30 megabytes can take a little bit of time. So we're still working on that, but right now it's something that we're going to work with when the speeds do allow to do that, especially when 4G is really unveiled. That is very possible.
So when 4G is ready, and guys, give it up for Robert. I think he's done a good job. And Robert's going to be here afterwards to answer any questions, but I think it's a great platform. Everything's going online and we appreciate that initiative. And I think you've got some great feedback and some great points to think about.